Number 2, glory carriers are risk takers. Those who cannot take risk for what they believe God has called them to cannot carry the glory. It was Moses that said, we must not go if your presence will not go with us. And then the Lord said, my presence will go with you. My glory will go with you. And I will give you rest. There are risks to take for the glory to rest. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but God has spoken to you about many things that you are still analyzing. He has called you to assignments that you are still debating. The glory will not rest when all things are equal. The glory rests when things are not equal. I will go with you and I will give you rest. But you must go. You must take this risk. You must take a move. It is a bold step. It is a risky step. Tonight, it is not just about a call to intimacy. It is a call to risk-taking. I have checked. There is hardly anyone that has carried the raw presence of God that hasn't had their share of risks. Glory carriers are risk-takers. Glory carriers are secret place dwellers. It is time for you and I to take responsibility in order to carry the glory. For the whole world is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. The whole world is waiting for a generation to arise. How dare a man stand here and say, the Lord told me to believe him for 40,000 miracles? Risk-taking. I have noticed no one ever pushes God to a corner and God doesn't make his way out. I am here to challenge you. Enough of the visions you have written with no step. There comes a time after waiting upon the Lord that it is going time. It is movement time. It is ascension time. Glory carriers are risk takers. Moses had to do his own. Elijah had to do his own. How do you, in 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 19, he said, tell them that all the children of Israel and all the prophets of Baal should come up to Mount Carmel and meet me. And then he began to pray that they may know. So it begins from intimacy. Don't take the risk without the intimacy. It is intimacy that produces the ability to take risk with confidence, knowing that God is with us. Glory carriers are secret place dwellers. Glory carriers are risk takers. Risk taker. Risk taken. As we watch our brother step into his 40th year, which is a brand new season, oh, I already know it. I know him to some degree. Get ready for things that eyes have not seen, that ears have not heard, that has never entered into the heart of man. But it comes from intimacy and then graduates to risk-taking. And then there is a confirmation. The Lord told me some 5-6 years ago, he said, tell your generation to stop asking me, where is the God of Elijah? Tell them, I'm asking them, where are the Elijahs of God? I never heard that from a mortal man, and it shifted my mentality. He said, I have not changed. Your generation has changed. There are people who believed me and called down fire, and fire literally came. He said, tell your generation to stop asking, oh, where's the God of Elijah? Tell them I'm the one asking the questions. Where are the Elijahs of God? Where are the Moseses of God? Where are the Paul, the apostles of God? Where are men who will take me at my word and take me to a generation and care what no man says to them? Where are they? I am searching. He said, I sought for a man. A man who is from a secret place that will take risk on my behalf. God is willing to have a generation rise that will stand for him even without him. Look at Elijah. He said, there shall be no rain nor dew, but according to my word. God didn't send him message. He brought God to the scene and said, except I say so, rain has ceased. And God said, this is the kind of man I want. Elijah will literally call fire down from heaven. And they will have to beg him to stop the fire calling. These are not things we read in scripture. I've heard of generations past that will literally call fire down and trees will burn. Life in this nation. What is happening? Men are no longer in the secret place. They are missing in action there. They are too afraid to take risk because there are options. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my help cometh from him. It is just this week we are now that marks 50 years that Riyad Bonke entered Africa. Who will carry the mantle? 50 years. Go check the story of the risk he took. No one has an easy path to carrying the glory. They must dwell. But aside that, they must follow the instructions given and take the risk. Look at the 3 Hebrew boys. Daniel chapter 3. The God whom we serve is able to deliver us. And he will deliver us. But even if he does not, we will not bow. Shame on you, king. No one had a story of entering fire before them. There are things you may be the first to experience so that you can become the pattern. And then suddenly they entered the fire. But heaven had to respond. Before they entered, the 4th man was there waiting for them. And those who threw them into the fire were burnt to ashes. But upon them, their head didn't move. They took risk. Glory is not just our screaming. It's our walking. There are steps we must take. There are risks we must take to carry his glory. Finally, number 3, as I watch my time, we'll take one more. There must be secret place dwellers. There must be risk takers. And number 3, there must be thanksgivers. That I may be intimate with God. Your secret place is the greatest place to be. Thank God for all of the public meetings and public programs and gatherings. But the real place to be is your secret place. Glory carriers have a hiding place. Glory carriers have a hiding place. The glory from one is not just literally transferred to another without the secret place. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, not he that visited, but he that lives here. And I heard you say we live here.